Hey everybody and welcome back. The other night I was actually trying to look through some of the old blogs I used to follow because I love rereading some of the older stuff from back in my day. And I noticed that one of my favorite blogs, Lolita Charm, also known as Parfaitdoll, and I found out last night that it's gone. So what I ended up doing is going onto the Wayback Machine because I really wanted to save some of my favorite articles from there. So while I started that last night, I came across a blog article titled 5 Lolita Styles That Need to Make a Comeback. And I saw that it was actually written on February 3rd, 2011. And what do you know? Today, the day that I'm recording this, is also February 3rd, but 2021. So a whole 10 years exactly since this article was first published, and I thought it would be really cool to go over it and see if any of these things actually did make a comeback. And well, obviously this is being filmed on the 3rd because it takes some time to actually edit. It's obviously going to be coming out just a little bit later, but I hope you enjoy. So the first thing that's listed is rocking horse shoes. So first of all, I would like to mention that Bodyline has a reputation of never restocking their shoes, especially their rocking horse shoes. People want them in every size, every color. Why? I don't know, because literally everybody wants them. And this isn't just a 2021 thing. This complaint has literally been around for years. Obviously, right now we're living through an old school revival. While old school did use a variety of different shoes, I'd definitely say that the #1 most popular choice today is still rocking horse shoes. And since we're going through an old school revival right now, obviously we're seeing a lot of rocking horse shoes in those old school cords. Not only that, but for the last decade, brands like Baby the Star Shine Bright most notably have been reinventing the idea of what a rocking horse shoe is. And so we do see the same sort of silhouette coming out year after year after year. So have rocking horse shoes actually made a comeback? Yes! So the second thing that is mentioned is full aprons. Unfortunately, full aprons really haven't been a thing, or aprons in general, outside of Maid Lolita and Alice cords, because Baby is wonderful and they love to re-release everyone's favorite old school items, such as Baby has actually been releasing their old iconic heart-shaped full aprons. But have we been seeing a lot of those full aprons in the new old school revival? Not really. Actually, I remember when I was first building my wardrobe, one of the main things that I wanted was a full apron in both black and white because I wanted to make sure that as a daily Lolita, all of my items were fully protected. So it's interesting that you don't really see them, hardly ever. Ever? And again, even when you do see them in these OTT AP era sweet cords, they're usually the chiffon ones, but not really, I think, exactly what the author had in mind when she was originally creating this list. And yes, my cat has decided that he wants to be with me. He loves me, honestly. This is how he is with me all the time. Anyways, so outside of those two examples, what about current Lolita? Sort of, but again, it's the mini full aprons, and when they appear they're often sheer. So have full aprons made a comeback? Number 3, the traditional headdress. Back in the day, we used to lovingly refer to it as the maxi pad dress. Now we often refer to it as the old school or the rectangle headdress. Again, like many other items, Baby still regularly produces these items as well. Not only do they release them in the older traditional colors, they also release them in newer modern colors. However, for a while they did have a huge decline in popularity, and honestly it wasn't even their fault. In the early 2000s, because Lolita was so hard to get a hold of, a lot of people ended up making their own, yours truly included. There was a huge issue with regretty tier DIY projects making its way to Etsy and other Lolita shops. Other people did try their hand at DIY handmade Lolita. Again, because back then not only was it just as expensive as it is today to find it brand new, but also is hard to get it in general. So because of these questionable items, unfortunately rectangle headdresses kind of made its way as black and white and earned an unfairly earned reputation of being inherently Ida. But fortunately for us, the old school revival is making a comeback and it's bringing those headdresses with them. So have they made a comeback? Yes. Number 4, Monochrome Prints. So in the blog, it specifically mentioned the old AP print pastel a la mode. And I think what they're mostly referring to is like screen prints in general that had the black and white or pink and white kind of monochromatic one color color scheme. Another popular one that I can think of off the top of my head is Twinkle Journey, which I was fortunate enough to find finally after years of searching for it. And that print came in 2 types of colors. There was a colorful pink, sax, and white one, and then there was the monochromatic color. But that being said, those prints are all screen prints, and unfortunately it has gone the way of the dinosaurs and you can't find them anymore. Moitié did release their old Silent Moon print, and that was insanely popular originally, which is why it got a re-release. And even when it was re-released, it sold out. And even now, when you can even find a Silent Moon re-release, it's still selling for above retail. So unfortunately nowadays, you don't really see the monochromatic prints outside of maybe Gothic. However, that's probably just due to the scarcity and rarity of them in general. As far as other monochrome prints from AP like Pastel a la Mode and Twinkle Journey, first of all, it's very rare for you to even find them listed secondhand. So clearly they're still very popular and they're very coveted. But in general, have they made a comeback? But it's not really their fault. It's only because you can't find them. But if they were to be re-released in greater numbers, I definitely think that this is something that would make a comeback. And finally, number 5, Shiro Lolita. Okay, I'm gonna start this off with a hard no. Why? Well, first of all, you hardly ever see anybody ever doing Shiro Lolita. And why is that? Frankly, wearing all white is scary as hell. All you have to do is look at a white dress the wrong way and it stains. I have this one particular dress that's all white. Let me tell you, every single damn time I've ever worn that dress, I get something on it. I don't even know how it happens. And it sucks because honestly, it's one of my most comfortable, most beautiful, favorite dresses that I own, and I can't even wear it because something always happens to it. I personally love Shiro Lolita. I would love for it to make a comeback. I'm actually currently working on adding more all white items into my wardrobe so I can live my Shiro Lolita dreams. It's just so pretty and cute, and you can either look angelic or creepy as shit. The possibilities with Shiro is endless. In conclusion, only 2 of these 5 things have actually made an actual comeback, and that sucks because honestly it should be a 5 out of 5. So what are 5 trends that you miss? What do you think is worthy of making a comeback? Maybe in another 10 years we can make another video and figure out if they've come back or not. Well, I guess that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm surprised that it took this long for him to be in a video, honestly. His name's Vanilla, by the way. He's my baby. So he cries for me whenever I go in the shower. And he waits outside until I make it out safely. You have no idea how many lint rollers I go through a year just because of this man. But he's my baby, so it's okay. Huh. I love you.